Here we go. Welcome back for another episode. I'm Barnaby Ryan.
I'm Jason Harris.
And this is Ryan Harris Crypto. All right. So today we are going through Dogecoin, Robinhood news. I have here some Ethereum being staked, lots of Ethereum. In fact, actually 50,000 Ethereum being staked. A ruling in Singapore. And what are your articles today, Jason?
Yeah, today I'm going over the STEPN token and why it spiked 31,000% in the last 30 days.
31,000%, yes. Ridiculous.
Also, record music streaming profits. So, how NFTs are really empowering content creators. And as well as another one of my favorite projects, and talking about its TVL growth, Polkadot is up over 1,000% this month.
Whoa, big mover! All right, where do we start?
Let's go back into the overall crypto market cap and just look at where we're sitting today.
Let's check. Let's check Bitcoin here. So we're holding a good 46, above 45. That's actually surprising, as I didn't expect it to hold that much. How's your Polkadot? Is sitting at number 11. Anything else jumps out at you? Luna, we already know. It's 115. Man, remind me to go sell some after this. Not financial advice.
Yeah, taking profits. But yeah, overall, I mean, the market's hovering around, maintaining those gains. We're still over $2 trillion. Kind of flat, just barely down over yesterday. But yeah, I mean, it's the weekend. Sometimes weekends can be slow moving. So I'm excited to see what this week holds, and how the prices move as we, go into this upcoming week. And April traditionally is bullish for, stocks and crypto. So let's see if this year, rings true with that as well.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I really like going over these, like, not like super analyzing them, just briefly, because it really helps my brain kind of get into, put those numbers all into context in terms of like,
visual.
Yeah, I'm really big on the visuals, those graphics. I know how Bitcoin, Ethereum. You see here's Polkadot right here. We know that's doing really well. CRO, we've talked about that recently. There's Sheeb. Yeah, says a lot.
Down into all the little squares I can't even see, but
total value locked is looking good. I mentioned this earlier. Terra has gone up a whole percent. It's sitting at now 13% of total value locked.
Yeah, just continuing to open up and to the right, swallowing that TVL from the other chains.
Yeah, you can see. I know it.
What number is Polkadot in TVL?
And TVL 11.
11.
Nice. Isn't that the same as it was?
Yeah, same as market cap.
That's how coincidental.
Yes. All right, go ahead and jump into yours.
All right. So from Crypto Potato, here's how much Dogecoin Robinhood owns on behalf of clients. So we've talked about this before, right? With there's a trade-off when you use exchanges to custody your coins. You are trading the privacy aspect of crypto for the security aspect of the overreach. So it says here that 2 wallets from Robinhood hold around $6 billion worth of Dogecoin for its customers. That's in one of the wallets. One single wallet, mind you, has 30 billion Dogecoin in it, which is equivalent to 4 billion of that 6 billion total that it holds, being 22, almost 23% of the total current supply. And we get this from, Dogecoin. It says here, Dogecoin whale alert. That's reminding us here just how much 31, sorry, almost 32% of the total supply, just how much that Robinhood's wallets actually hold. When we talk about scares of centralization, this is exactly what we are afraid of, is, big holders, whales that have too much of that supply. Nearly 42 trillion, no, trillion, billion.
Really.
That's million, billion. Yeah, 42 billion Doge, which is about 32% of the total supply, worth around $6 billion. We know that the supply is going to keep growing to about 100 billion in Dogecoin. So not $100 billion necessarily, but Dogecoin. In about 20 years, there's currently Dogecoin's total circulating supply as of now is, wait, that's million. Oh, you always got to count. Million, billion, 132 billion, with a fixed issuance rate of 5 million coins per year. The supply will grow to 100 billion in 20 years. We saw dramatic moves in the price of Dogecoin and SHIB, where Dogecoin got, above 70 cents. Right now it's sitting at about 15 cents. Definitely doesn't seem like Elon Musk has, as much pull over Dogecoin anymore. But I just can't help but feel like that's because there's such big players that are holding on to such a large amount of it.
Yeah, the Elon effect has lost its luster for sure. I think, normally his tweets in the past used to pump the coin, or could dump it, but ever since his Saturday Night Live appearance, when we, reached that all-time high and then dwindled down after, it's never been quite the same. He's never had, like you said, as much pull over the price action.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is from cryptopotato.com. Like I said, Stepin token spiked 31,000% in the last 30 days. So anyone who says there's not money to be made in crypto right now, it's just unfortunately not in the right project, and that includes us. We weren't involved in this, so we had a chance to, make
$100 times 31,000%.
Yeah, but it's just interesting, how different coins like this, and different concepts are gonna, continue to come up. So, we're gonna be paying attention to trends like this, because the Stepin token is actually a move to earn model token. So, we've talked a lot about
does move
play and earn, being, a huge up and coming ecosystem for cryptocurrency. And the move to earn actually rewards, members with Stepin tokens for actually jogging, running, walking, being active out in the outside world. So, you basically have the app, and you get sneakers, NFT sneakers that, keep track of your movements, and you're rewarded, accordingly. I think that's pretty interesting. I don't know, it gets us out there moving, and it's another way to create an economy. You can upgrade your sneakers, you can purchase sneakers, or mint or even rent them. So, it's similar to other like in-app purchase type deals. But the biggest reason, for this huge spike over the last 30 days is really due to kind of rumors about Stepin token partnering with big names. So there's hints at potential partnership with major sports brands, and they kind of teased with hidden logos from popular brands such as Adidas, Nike, Asics, Head, and Binance. So anytime, people think that there's a potential with huge brands like that, they're gonna kind of take that risk, jump in, and I'm going to be looking more into Stepin tokens. So, I'll be watching this token, watching this journey, and really thinking about, what kind of trends could this be the start of, and what other tokens might come along that are in the same arena as stepping token, and maybe not financial advice, taking a little risk and buying a little bag of some other step and earn tokens.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a first move to earn method that I've heard of. But the thing you got to remember is when coins explode like that, you can't predict that. The people that benefited from that were the earliest adopters, right? That were involved in this project, or new people that were involved in this project that really like
Yeah. If you had bought $1,000, you'd have over $300,000 right now. But a lot of that has to do with luck, inside knowledge, and maybe paying attention a little bit closer to up and coming trends. So just gives us a lesson of to look into things that are up and coming, things that we're not familiar with.
Yeah, because
I wasn't familiar with
you
this.
don't, and you don't know exactly what that's going to be. So if you're trying to catch massive gains like that, finding something that you think has a potential value, not necessarily as meaning like, oh, this is going to work for the future, but like, is it going to have a perceived value that's going to cause other investors to get involved?
Yeah, and don't definitely don't want to buy in when it's gone up
31,000% because it's about to drop at least 15,000 of that percent.
For similar projects, like I said, things within that same arena, or waiting for dips like any other coins, if it's something you're interested in, is way better not financial advice.
Agreed. All right, here from CoinGabe, just in, Three Arrows Capital stakes 52,420 Ethereum into Curve Pool. So it says here, Three Arrows Capital, a cryptocurrency hedge fund based in Singapore, has withdrawn nearly 71,000 ETH from crypto exchanges, Bitfinex, FTX, and Binance. In the last 24 hours, it says in the article, this was, I think, 2 or 3 days ago, from which the hedge fund has transferred nearly 52,000 ETH into Curve's ETH liquidity pool for Ethereum staking. Three Arrows Capital has withdrawn 50,000 Ether from FTX and about 10,000 Ether from Bitfinex, about 1,300 Ether from Binance. According to a tweet by Colin Wu, about 52,420 ETH were transferred by Three Arrows Capital to Curve's liquidity pool, and it has the quote right here. So Three Arrows Capital has been increasing their staking in liquidity pools, and now they have nearly $150 million worth, over $150 million worth of ETH already staked. We know that Ethereum is moving from proof of work to proof of stake, which means those with the largest piles of ETH are going to be those that are going to benefit the most. Just like Jason always says, wealth begets wealth, right? So especially as we're moving into ETH 2, it seems like they're putting themselves in the position to be a validator.
Yeah, the more you stake, the more pull you're going to have over Ethereum moving forward once it migrates fully to 2.0. Awesome. Well, let's move on to from Cointelegraph. Record music streaming profits highlight how NFTs will empower content creators. So as we've seen over, I would say, like the last more than a decade, right? Like the creator economy, influencers, if you will, whatever, have been exploding. NFTs and Web3 are becoming tools for, giving these artists and musicians more financial stability and control. So we've talked a lot about in our podcasts about the power of NFTs and how it brings the, experience and unique experiences closer between, the artist and their audience and community. And starting to create more and more music NFTs is becoming a trend. I know that Snoop Dogg has been really taken advantage of, this new way of connecting with his audience. So he's partnered with Death Row Records, several songs, singles, and even a full length. In the past like month and a half, my sister got me onto one of those, and I got one from the Death Row record, the volume number one, only 1,000. So it's just like, like you buy a CD because you believe in the artist, right? But almost all the money from that CD purchase in the past would go to the centralized media company,
Which
right?
would go to the record
The
company.
record company, yeah, the people representing just split up and give piddles to the artists. And now they get to
Piddles.
not only keep the majority of the money made through these NFT sales, but they continue to get royalties based off of every sale of that NFT moving forward.
That's actually a really good point.
Mhm.
Is like, think about this, like most people collect things, right? So like, for example, I collect Pokemon cards. And think about like the song that you have on Spotify of your favorite artist, but that's like, it's like a unique card in and of itself, right? It's a unique, oh, but they're all the same. It's the same song. Yes, but yours gets you, what the only other examples I can think of is like the dinners, right? Where you can meet with the celebrity, or it gets you in, or like it gets you into certain concerts. We're just owning a certain version of the song, not a certain version, but one of the songs with a special code in it, right? Gives you special access to concerts, gives you VIP, right? Front row, whatever. Like the utility behind this, we are not even going to think of these things as NFTs when we say, they're delivering these NFTs. All we're going to see is the art. All we're going to see is the VIP pass, the ticket. We are not even going to know. And the best thing is that because it's because it's on the blockchain, just like you said, all of those funds get funneled back to the artist, and very little of it's much easier for them to control the profitability of their own creation. It traces back to them.
Like, I would rather give my money when I'm purchasing music to that actual artist, because I enjoy their music and I'm rewarding them for their creativity and for their content. So here it has some charts and breakdowns of music streaming subscribers. And I think one interesting thing, like I already figured and knew, right, that Spotify holds the largest share with 32%, but that may not be how it goes in the future, especially if they don't keep up with and adopt to Web3 and NFTs and keep up with the times. Because Pandora, I remember back in the day, Pandora was one of the largest shares, and now it's a mere 1% of the share of music streaming. So businesses rise, fall, succeed, fail, and dwindle into the background. So I'm interested to see, we've talked in our podcast about like Audius as an example of like a decentralized platform, but I'm sure there'll be many more coming out, as well as just the NFTs coming from the artist directly, which is a beautiful thing. And this article really goes into the possibility of like those unique virtual experiences, like you said, like owning that one of 1,000 Snoop Dogg song. Like he may decide to put on an event, a VR event in Decentraland or Sandbox, and that NFT, holding that NFT allows you access to that event, right? And that's just one small example of
they could
all that's going to happen.
They could host like like AMAs where you literally get to live chat with your favorite artist and just have conversation with them because you own a particular song. That's it. You bought an expensive song. You bought it earlier than everybody else. It'll have value in its own little, it's like every artist will get to create their own mini little economy.
Definitely. Yeah, it's really exciting. All right, want to go into your next one?
Yeah, my last one that was about Singapore. So here again from CoinGape, Singapore High Court recognizes crypto as property in a judgment. As most countries, struggle to identify what cryptocurrencies are, Singapore, has taken the step and decided that cryptocurrency is recognized as property. So back in January of 2021, there was a man who was a victim of a theft of $7 million worth of Bitcoin and ETH was stolen from his safe, who, he did give it to this acquaintance, access to his safe, which had his recovery seed, which was used to get into the digital wallets and take the money. What is important about this is, the court has ordered that cryptocurrency exchanges provide the materials to assist with asset tracking. So, obviously, like, Singapore is prepared to recognize and protect cryptocurrency as properties, but this also means that courts are prepared to disclose orders against cryptocurrency exchanges. Another drawback to being on exchanges is that courts can order them to disclose the information. So whatever privacy that those exchanges can try to offer or attempt to offer us can be overturned, simply by one bad player. And that's where we weigh the we do the cost benefit analysis, right? Of what does it mean to custody our own? It means you take higher security risks, but less privacy risks, and vice versa, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's up to you to make that decision. What's right for you, right? Like, some people will continue to use banks, and in the future, when banks have adopted and are able to custody our crypto as well. They already can in a lot of cases, right? So, but when it does that for everyone, the average person, there will be people who choose to stay in that, realm, and that's their choice.
And there'll be people that realize that these coins themselves have become banks that live online, and that same trust and security, that maybe especially a lot of older generations are going to feel about the banks, right, is because that's the way you're supposed to do it.
It's why every shift has occurred. It's it doesn't happen overnight. It happens in waves and stages, and there's people who adopt faster than others, and
not going to be an easy
transition. The wave of the credit card, and online, I know so many people, older generation people in my life, who won't put anything on the internet as far as like buying something with a credit card, right? Like, they won't put those numbers on there. They don't like to access their bank account on there. They like to go to the bank.
And then you can still Google all their information. My dad was like that for a long time. I was like, look, Dad, I can Google you anyway. You've never put anything online. He goes, how's that information on it? I was like, because the rest of us put your information out.
Yeah. You're signing away things all the time.
Because if you don't, someone else is probably going to. Yeah, it all comes down to, there is a balance. The information's going to be there, but at the same time, level of privacy do you really want?
That's right. Up to you. I want to go more crypto, more digital, more private, more decentralized.
More my keys.
All right, so my last article here from cryptosaurus.com. Another one of my favorite chains. Like I said, we talked a lot about Terra, but let's not shy away from the TVL growth in Polkadot. So Polkadot TVL is up over 1,000% this month. So it goes into this article and just really talks about some reasons as to why it's gone from about 400,000 to over $4 million in TVL and seen such explosive growth. Polkadot is a unique chain. It's like a bunch of different chains and what's called parachains that are handled, validated security-wise by the Polkadot network, but they are still and remain their own independent chains that are governed in their own way. It's really just the security that's handled by the Polkadot ecosystem. So it allows for a large, different number of types of chains and interoperability. Um, and it talks about DeFi Llama and how it kind of tracks its total value locked and the unique aspects of Polkadot being different chains all wrapped up into one as paired chains. It's kind of separated some of that TVL, and now they're thinking that they've added one of the main ones that they kind of added into the total true TVL for Polkadot is called Genchiro. So Genchiro has $3.71 million in TVL alone. It was built on the Kusama, which is Polkadot's test chain, a testnet. And now it's going to be, it's not confirmed, but potentially moving to Polkadot. And that could explain why that it's being counted in its TVL, as long as some other projects that have been taking off, like Astar, Moonbeam, some names that are popular in the Polkadot ecosystem right now. But definitely, not financial advice. Like I said, I am, full disclosure, invested in Polkadot. But something to watch. Like, we looked at like the squares, those visuals, right, with market cap and market share, and Polkadot is not the biggest, right? So that to me shows potential for continued growth, especially when explosions in TVL are happening right now in live time. So we'll have to watch that TVL, hopefully maybe open up to the right, kind of like similar to Terra's path.
The 1% of the total crypto market cap isn't bad if we go. So it says it's number 11.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, number 11.
Polygon? No.
Polkadot.
We're looking at Polkadot. Okay. So this chart, will it have it right here? Do you see it yet? Nope. 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 Polkadot. I don't see it on here. No, it won't be on here. Anyway, I mean, it's doing pretty good. It's in number 11 spot, and it hasn't really, dropped out of that. Definitely going to do well, in my opinion.
And not financial advice.
Never financial advice. Don't take advice from us. We don't know what we're doing. Well, anyways, here's some crypto prices. Thanks for listening to us, guys. Make sure to
like, comment, smash up the subscribe button, tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell the person who doesn't want to put their stuff on the internet.
Thank you, podcast listeners. Thank you, YouTube viewers. Appreciate you all.